right. I think you can hear me back there. It looks like I got a microphone on. I think we got a mic on. Hello, hello, hello. I think we got a mic on. Crack that like button. All right, crack that like button like it owes you a dime. I've been ducking you for weeks. All right, yeah, you know, I got to tell you, StreamYard, when they use their background music, Adam, it does something really good. They really make it work for you. This is music right through StreamYard. This goes with our, you know, our, what do you call that? Our plan. With our plan, we get this music. We get this background music, and it sounds pretty good. It doesn't really interfere that much. I was looking forward to having a glass of wine with you guys tonight. I didn't know if I was going to have a topic. Well, I do have a little bit of a topic. These guys told Nicky Scarfo to go take a walk. We ain't paying you no street tax. StreamYard. All right, StreamYard. All right, I got it. Look at these guys, huh? The Mastronardo brothers. We're going to talk about the Mastronardo brothers. They told Nicky Scarfo, go fuck yourself. They literally told him to take a walk. I ain't paying no street tax. We're going to get into it. Just a little conversation that I felt like having tonight. Something I came across today that I want to share with you over our little glass of wine. Let's get up on the panel here. Let's get up on the screen here. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this banner. Where is it? Right there. Let's get rid of the music. How do you do that? All right, I paused it. Very cozy. Very cozy tonight. Beautiful day today. Had a great day today. Chicken Caesar salad, everything fresh from the garden. Beautiful. I had some nice broccoli rabe tonight on a nice Bonnell. Salute anybody that's having a glass of wine with me. I had a little broccoli rabe tonight. I had all vegetables, but I had a little nice piece of sharp provolone on there with the little sharp provolone, which always goes nice. You had the rapina on the Bonnell, nice multigrain or whole wheat Bonnell with a nice slice of provolone, some carrots, some corn, some more regular broccoli, some potatoes in the oven. What's better than a nice roasted potato? What's better than a nice roasted potatoes in the oven? Hello there, Zelda. Zelda, you like my interaction today on the comments? I've been going back and forth a little bit. I'm doing a little better on the comments. Speaking of Rob, I need to plant my fall Rob this week already. Summer is almost over. Ain't that a shame? Summer is almost over. Adam, keep doing what you do. I'm proud of you, Tom. You said Tom. I did notice. It's awesome. You called me Tom. Shame on you. Put her in the trunk. She called me Tom. Yes, I'm trying. I'm trying. What do you want me to tell you? I'm not a replier. I'm a live guy, so I go live. But you at least got to hit the love button. Zelda, nice to see you from Swarcelli. Oh, you were? Oh, okay. Oh, you're voice texting, Zelda? Congratulations. Well, I had this scheduled for 7:30, but I said to myself, let me go on. Let me have my glass of wine early so I can get out of here, and I'm done. Joey P. Joseph Pastore, great conversations with you today. Wow. You opened my eyes, Joseph. Thank you. With that Ariana Grande thing. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate that, Joseph Pastore. It's well, I'm the one talking here. I talk all day on this. He opened my eyes today, Joseph. And I'm glad that you disagreed. See, that's how men do things. That's how grown, mature men explain things and get other opinions. I don't know how to say it, but you opened my eyes today, and I appreciate that. Salute, salute, everybody. Yeah, you're lucky I listened to it all. I have a problem with mine, yes. That's how grown men, mature men can do things. It's not a one way conversation, it's not a one way. Ariana Grande. We spotlighted her a little bit on the morning show. We did a little minute about her. She's stepping away from performing. She's letting the criticism of the crowd get to her, and she's stepping away because the crowd, the social media is destroying her. Yeah, RoboCop. Yeah, the social media platform is destroying Ariana Grande for her weight things and fluctuation and the way she looks. And I was critical, saying that why are you stepping down? Italian girls don't step down like that; they fight. And there's a couple of other things going on that she's diagnosed with. Joseph brought it to my attention today, and I was critical of her, and now I'm understanding that. What am I going to do? I got to conform. I got to conform to the way people think today. Oh, I thought you was Italian. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm wrong then. All right. Okay. I'm wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she's South American. Yeah. I agree, Tommy. It's not fun to have these men around you all the time. We learn when people give different opinions. Well, I'm open, Patty. Listen, Patty Cakes. I'm open to opinion. I like it. I'm here to listen. Gianni, it listens to me, but it doesn't know. Yes, like what you're saying. Right, right. Sure. Sure, Zelda. You might be. Oh, I don't know. I just thought you was Italiano. That's all. I don't know. But she's got some issues, and it may be a mental thing, and this and that. So Joseph brought it to my attention today. He actually said, I must respectfully disagree with you. I love that. That I love. When someone says, I must respectfully disagree with you, that is wonderful. Hello, Joe A67. It's been a minute. I hope you're well. That's how you talk. But that's how one man talks. How another man receives it is a whole other story. And that could change the whole fucking thing. Right? She's Sicilian and Abruzese. All right. I was right. I Googled it. Joe A, we hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hopefully get a little 25 piece in here tonight. Mike F, I hope you like the shadows in the background, the lighting this evening. Where's Delilah? Where's Hey Teacher? Well, in all honesty, I was supposed to come on at 7:30, not 7 o'clock. But I want to get this out. I want to get this story out. I want to drop it into the YouTube bank. Again, when I do my data, I'm not like a celebrity YouTuber like the Nadus and the Proctors and all of those guys. I'm not a guy like that. I'm not perfection. I don't know what I'm doing. The stories might be out of line, but you'll get the gist. Hello there. This is a mob related channel. Yes. Tonight is a mob story. That is correct. Yes, ALV. There you go. Right there. There you go. Tonight is a mob channel. That is correct. Because I found this story to be interesting. So, listen, when somebody tells Nicky Scarfo to go fuck themselves, he told them go fuck themselves. Hello, Giacomo. Good evening, sir. Hope you had a nice dinner with Rossi. Hope you had a nice dinner with the wife. Yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Again, ALV, I go off the cuff. So if it's mob related for 2 weeks, and then not for 2, it's just the way it's going to be. Yeah. And that's where we're at, guys. But nice and easy. Nice and easy. He did nicey nice, except the gloves. You don't see the chat, but the gloves, come on, get Godzified with the gloves. Why are you wearing gloves? You're touching everything with the gloves. The wraps. Hello, Mustang. You're doing the wraps. You're touching the chicken. Then you're touching the utensils. Listen to me, Giacomo. You use the gloves for the chicken. That is it. After you touch the chicken, you take the gloves off, you wash your hands, and then you make all your stuff. And then when you need to stir the chicken again, you put the gloves on again if you choose to. But these guys wear gloves all in the kitchen, and they're touching everything with the gloves. The gloves are worse than the hands. The gloves are worse than dirty hands. Just wash your hands. But I understand the chicken with the salmonellas. With all the salmonellas and all of that shit. Yeah. Tommy, 100% right about the glove. Yeah, the glove should not be worn. Capito? Now you're a chef. No, I watch people in restaurants and the dirty motherfuckers, they got their hands on the chicken. Then they got their hands on the, not him, I'm talking in general. Then they touch the register. Then they touch this and that. The gloves are worse than hands. It's disgusting. I'm not a chef though, Chuck. But I skeeve a lot of things. Just a thought. I'm not an expert at anything. Nothing. StreamYard, I'm pretty good, I'll tell you that. Professional at anything else? And I was pretty good with the ladies. I mean, I could tell you that's, you know. I was pretty good with the ladies, not an expert. But I know the woman's from top to, I'm good. Big John and Little Joe make Scott Bernstein top 25 capos in America. Did they? Little Joe made their list? Bernstein put Little Joe on there? Yeah. What's up, Siggy? What's going on, kid? The Kissing Bandit. No, I don't like gambling at all. I never gambled $1 in my life. But we're going to talk about this fucking crazy situation right here. We're going to talk about this crazy situation right here. No, but I was okay with the girlies. I was okay with the girlies. I never bet $1 though, Giacomo. I never bet $1 in my life. I was too smart. I looked at it as a business. I was not going to get in. I was not going to be no degenerate gambler like that. Hell no. Siggy, it's been a minute. I hope you're well out there. Hello, Siggy from ALV. All right, let's get into these guys that told Nicky Scarfo to go fuck himself. Let's see what we got here. I don't know what the date is going to tell us. Something new for me. Heard of these guys before when this all went down. And I said to myself, what the fuck? What are these guys, crazy? If all the girls lived some across the sea, what a good swimmer Tommy would be. You know what, you Adam Cadabra? That's right. I used to love the people that won it first. Mustang Mike. We used to love the people that won when they first started gambling because you're going to get them. Just walked in and heard her, go fuck yourself. There you go, Bobo. You just came into the room and that's what you heard? What's up, Bobo? Mustang, Shelly saying hello to you. Had a great day today. Busy, but good. Busy is good. You got to be busy all day. Tommy, word is beef in Philly, and it ain't about cheesesteak. There's beef everywhere. Yes, there's beef. There's beef everywhere. There's so much shit going on, Siggy. Yes. Todd Father, look at this guy. Who the hell's that, Mr. Todd? Good to see you, Todd Father. The Todd Father comes in and says hello. All right, let's see what these guys were all about over here. We're going to call them the non-mob bookmakers from the Philadelphia area. Their names are Joseph Jovito Mastronardo Jr. and his brother John Mastronardo. They ran a multi-million-dollar Mastronardo bookmaking organization. The key facts about the Mastronardo brothers: they were independent operators. They ran a massive, hold on, they ran apparently, is that Dirty Jersey or Jay-Z? They ran a massive independent, high-tech sports betting ring based out of Montgomery County and the Philadelphia area, entirely independent. The Mastronardo brothers. Defying the mob, Joseph Mastronardo famously refused to pay a street tax to Philadelphia Cosa Nostra boss Nicodemo Little Nicky Scarfo, telling the mob to back off. High-tech pioneers. These Mastronardo brothers, they were independent, and they told Nicky Scarfo, go fuck yourself. High-tech pioneers. Now, over the years, bookmaking evolved. I wrote on a fucking notebook. Years ago, I would write on the notebook, take the action on the notebook, write it down. High-tech, they utilized your cousins here. We got the cousins here. High-tech pioneers, they utilized sophisticated phone banks, internet websites, and offshore accounts to process massive wagers from across the globe. Now, here's the thing. They told Nicky Scarfo, go fuck yourself. They had political connections. Joseph Mastronardo Jr. was married to the daughter of former Philadelphia Mayor and Police Commissioner Frank Rizzo. Who clipped Uncle George? I don't know, Sidgy. Why are you asking me who clipped Uncle George? Why? Yeah, nuts. Federal takedown. The multi-million-dollar operation was dismantled by federal authorities after a major investigation resulting in prison terms and millions of dollars in forfeitures. Now, listen, our data is all over the place. Joe Vito Mastronardo, who ran a massive independent sports betting ring in the Philadelphia area, famously resisted attempts by organized crime to muscle in on his operation. According to family accounts and court history, Joe Mastronardo managed to stay independent, and even told the Philly mob boss Nicky Scarfo to go fuck himself when the Scarfo crime family tried to demand a cut of his gambling profits. Yes, you heard it. He told little Nicky Scarfo, go fuck yourself. I'm not giving in anything. Independent operations. The Mastronardo brothers operated their large-scale sports betting operation independently rather than functioning as an arm of a traditional Cosa Nostra family. Defying Scarfo, despite the violent and extortionate reputation of Nicky Scarfo mob regime in Philadelphia during the 1980s, Joseph Mastronardo rebuffed their attempts to extort tribute or a piece of his action. Law enforcement view, investigators noted through various multi-jurisdictional gambling raids over the decades that the Mastronardos the ring ran its own extensive network across multiple states without direct mob control. And that's good. Fuck them. They said, fuck you, Scarfo. Get out of here, the pinky ring paisans. Fucking beat it. I ain't paying you shit. Have a sip of wine. Clientele. Now, here's where it gets, you see, are you down with street degenerate gamblers? Because these people are the worst to deal with. Street degenerate gamblers are the worst to deal with. Hello, sweetie. Fortunately, none of you, many of you, most of you never had to deal with these garbage pails, these degenerate gambling garbage pails They are the worst in the world to deal with. They're bad. They're rough to deal with, okay? Hard to deal with. The clients of Joseph Vito and John Mastronardo, multi-million-dollar sports betting ring included over 1,000. They had 1,000 active bettors, beautiful, featuring prominent local businessmen, corporate executives, and high net worth individuals from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and the state of Florida. Co-defendants and associates charged in the ring, including Joseph Vitelli, Eric Wuljic, Harry Murray, and a retired financial broker called Kenneth Cohen. So he just wasn't dealing with the Paisans. He was dealing with a lot of them. All right. There is no official public net worth recorded for the Mastronardo brothers, Joseph Vito and his brother John, from their illegal sports betting. However, federal and state investigators revealed that their high-end bookmaking network generated millions of dollars annually at its peak. Hello, James Simpson. Good to see you. Hope you're well. All right. That's a good one right there. All right. Hello, Carmenuch. Great to see you, pal. Thank you for stopping in. As always, I say your presence is a present. Let's fill up the social club. I was supposed to come on at 7:30. I came on a half hour early. What do you want me to tell you? I wanted to get the story out. Okay, the scale of operations and seizures. Now, listen, we're jumping around here. I am not a content creator. I am not a celebrity like Jeff Nadeau and Jeff Nutty and James Proctor. That's not my game. Osada treats. That's not my game. I don't do that shit. I don't have that ability to do what these guys do. You got the Jeff Nutties of the world. You got the James Prospectors. You got the Osadas, and you got the ALVs. I'm in a different league than that. I just wing it over here. And however the data comes out, the data comes out. What the fuck do I care? I don't care. The scale of their operation is here. Millions in annual revenue. Prosecutors stated the illegal nationwide and international sports betting ring handled over 1,000 active bettors with single wagers ranging from 20K to 50K a game. Now, that is some nice action. That is some nice action. 20 dimes a game, 50 dimes a game. That's fucking beautiful. Ah, nice. 20 dimes a game. It's a nice one. James Simpson. ChatGPT says I'm a content creator. 75 text messages today. You got a lot of messages today, Todd. Oh my God. Hidden cash. Law enforcement seized more than $2.1 million in cash during raids, notably discovering over $1.1 million stashed inside PVC pipes buried in the backyard of Joseph Mastronardo's Pennsylvania home. They put the money in PVC pipes. That's fucking genius. That is genius. Asset forfeitures following multiple state and federal racketeering, illegal gambling, and money laundering convictions. The family faced asset forfeitures totaling roughly $3.7 million and ordered by federal judges alongside earlier multi-million-dollar seizures. So these guys were no joke. These guys were no joke. They put the money, they had so much money, they buried it in PVC pipes in the backyard. These Mastronardo boys, they were not dumb. They were not dumb. They didn't give in to Nicky Scarfo. They told him go fuck himself. It's interesting. Interesting. Well, it's a little interesting. All right. All right. Let's go into a little bit of this. Tommy, Tommy, I like you. I like you. I would only charge you 1.5 points. That's not bad. 1.5 is okay. I'll put your money on the street for 1.5. I get it at 1 typically, but I'll put you on the street for 1. Robo, 1.5. It's not too bad. I gotta charge 4 on your. I gotta charge 4 on the juice. I gotta tell you though. 1.5. I gotta go at least 3. I gotta make 1.5 points for myself on your money. I got it at 1 typically. Everybody's different depending on who you are. But you're going to give it to me at 1.5, huh? You're going to take 1.5 from me. 5 points is high, man. 5 points is somebody you don't like. I was good with 4 points. Definitely 3 points if you made a payment. I mean, yeah. Some guys I would go 3 points on payment, 5 points on the juice. If you keep the juice, if you just pay the weight, 5 points. If you're going to make a payment, I'll go with 3. Yeah, that's what I would do. 3 on the payment, 5 on the juice, 5 on the weight. We call it weight. It's called weight. Sundance, hello. Okay, well, these Mastronauta brothers, they were just high-level bookmakers. They had great clients, which is always nice to have. John Vito Mastronauta is dead. He passed away on April 11, 2024 at the age of 68. His brother and partner in the notorious sports betting operation, Joseph Joe Vito Mastronauta Jr., the so-called gentleman gambler and son-in-law of late Philadelphia Mayor Frank Rizzo, died earlier on November 9, 2015 while serving a prison sentence. Background on the Mastronauta brothers. 3 points is okay. No, 3 points that's good. Yeah. Points, juice, weight. Sweet. We got to talk about the loan sharking business. I got to do a show on loan sharking business. But it's not a mob channel, so I can't talk about loan sharking. But I love it. Okay. Okay, let's go into a little more shit here. All right. Let's go. Operated in multi-million-dollar illegal sports betting, money laundering, and spanning Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Florida, as well as Costa Rica. They were nicknamed the gentlemen gamblers because they avoided violent debt collection and handled high. And you see, that's where it is. They wanted to Scarfo wanted to bring his garbage into their great Nick M. Scarfo wanted to bring his demonic forces into their reputable and upstanding, so to speak, honorable crime business. Listen. They were nicknamed the gentlemen gamblers, Joseph Pastore, in your neighborhood, Costa Rica, because they avoided violent debt collection and handled high-end clientele. Famously busted after multi-jurisdictional raids, including a 2010 search where police used a backhoe to unearth $1.1 million of cash stuffed inside PVC pipes in their Abington, Pennsylvania yard. Both brothers pled guilty to federal racketeering, illegal gambling, and money laundering charges in 2014. In 2015, Joseph Vito Mastronauta Jr., leader of the multi-million-dollar sports betting ring, was sentenced to 20 months. Holy shit, 20 months. Nick M. Oh, Pastore, Beantown, my man, 20 months in federal prison. His operation, run from Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and tied to Costa Rica as well as New Jersey, led to federal racketeering and money laundering convictions for multiple family members. Here are the sentences for these guys that said, Nicky Scarfo, go fuck yourself. I want nothing to do with the mob. Go fuck yourself. I got high-end clients. I got a multi-million-dollar operation. I don't want you. I don't need you. And you got to kill me because you ain't taking what I earn. He told Scarfo, go fuck yourself. Huh? You hear what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see where we are. Okay. Here are the sentences. To Joseph Vito Mastronauta Jr., considered the ringleader of this high-tech, highly profitable, honorable criminal enterprise. Sentenced into 20 months in prison, a $100,000 fine, 3 years of supervised release, and forfeiture of $3.7 million. Joseph, his son, okay, Joseph and Joseph Jr. So Joseph Jr. sentenced to 5 months in prison, 5 months of house arrest for managing financial duties. Brooklyn, hello. This is beautiful sentencing. I'll take this all day. John Mastranato, the brother, Uncle John, to Joseph Jr., acknowledged a plea agreement with a recommended 9-month term for managing bettors and collecting debts. Hold on a minute. Multi-million-dollar operation. Being John Patsy, multi-million dollars. 9 months for the brother, 8 months for the associate Eric, 5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest for Joseph Jr. for managing the operation. Joseph Vito, the ringleader, 20 months in prison and $100,000 fine. This is a fucking score. I mean, really. Gazillionaires. Would you do the 20 months? Robo, Osada. Federal, not state, not county. Would you do the 20 months in the feds? Not county, not state. That's a whole different ball game. Feds. Wow. Wow. What the fuck? Prior prosecutions, 2007 state sentence, bookmaking, 23 months. Joseph received 6 months of house arrest. Okay. The brothers previously pleaded guilty to state bookmaking and conspiracy charges. Joseph received 6 months of house arrest and probation, while John received 23 months in jail. What the fuck? The PVC pipe cash. During earlier 2010 state raids tied to ongoing investigations, authorities used backhoes to uncover over $1 million stuffed in, like we said, those PVC pipes. Wow, what a fucking story. They're golden, these guys. And that is it for them. But Joseph Sr. and Johnny, brother, Uncle John, he's dead. Joseph Jr. is still alive. Hey, I'm going to go with success. I'm not excited by it. What I like AOV is they told the wise guys to go fuck themselves. By doing that, AOV, by holding their own, they pushed the wise guys out. Had they taken Nicky Scarfo in with them, they probably would have been killed eventually and or face 25 years for a RICO charge. I'm not excited about it. And they're not organized crime guys. They're regular type guys with a smart business mind without addictions. You see, they're not garbage pails. And they did not violently collect their debts. They were called the gentlemen bookmakers. So, Mastranato brothers out of Philly or South Jersey, wherever you are, good fucking deal. I think I'll take 20 months for about 10, 15, $20 million. I guess in the feds. They didn't get away. They got convicted and they got sentenced based on guidelines. They were not linked to RICO or organized crime, AOV. You got AOV, check this out. They got convicted of the crimes, right? The actual crimes, whereas you got conspiracy and racketeering, that changes the whole crime. If you are convicted of RICO racketeering, you're dead. Hello, watcher, you're dead. So they acted as independent bookmakers. They got charged as such. I mean, it's fucking genius if you think about it. They calculated this shit their whole lives. These guys were geniuses. And they had high-end customers. I mean, what the fuck? Now, listen. 20 in state and county versus 20 in feds, it's a whole different world. How did they get away with saying no to the mob? They just did it. I don't know. I wasn't there, but they told Nicky Scarfo, go fuck himself. They told this guy, this mad killer, this mad dog killer, go fuck yourself. I ain't paying you no street tax. Look at him. That's Joe Marstinato on the left, on the side. And that's Nicky Scarfo. And it's just amazing to me. It's not a mob channel, but worst conviction on my block. I'm not sure. They were all drug dealers, James. So I'll tell you what was on my cell block, James. No child, none of that stuff. No, none of that stuff was in my area. All drugs, all drugs, all drug dealers, no drug dealers. I don't know what year it was. Let me see. They did it their whole lives, Johnny. So it could be any time. They got their convictions in. They got their convictions in. They took a pinch in. Hold on. They died in 15 in jail. So one died in jail at 2015. So probably from the 70s up, I would say. Johnny, if I had to guess, they were in their 60s. So I would say probably from 70s up when they were young, I would assume, probably the whole lives. They did it their whole lives. So I don't know what year, they had the confrontation with Scarfo and them. I don't know. The guy on the thumbnail could be played by, yes. And that's the, you're talking about Nicky Scarfo, right? Aren't you right, sweetie? And isn't it a shame that they're not making a Nicky Scarfo movie? What's worse, Fed time or state time? State time. As far as worse as what? I don't know. Maybe ALV. It's possible. Maybe they greased him on the side. Or maybe Bruno. That's right, Johnny, because Bruno was a gentleman. That's very possible. Because what Bruno got clipped in 80, right? No, maybe they were protected by Bruno going up to Scott. Who knows? They died in 15. So, James, you're going back to the 70s, 80s. They were 60 in their 60s. Yeah, got to be 70s, 80s, I would say, James Simpson. Sure. What's worse, Fed time or state time? What's worse as far as what? You do less time in state and county, you do more time in feds. But some people say they'd rather go to feds than state. I don't know. I would never walk into a federal joint. Must feel totally different. As far as conditions, oh my God. County's the worst as far as conditions. State is second worst, and feds conditions are fine. Tommy, do a profile on my family. Never mind. Okay, B-Town. Anyway, don't do any time ever, please, people. Right, that's what I'm saying, James. So maybe, maybe he was kicking. Listen, Bruno was a sly fox, man. They may have been secretly kicking up to Bruno, and who knows? Check this out. Maybe Scarfo had a deal with them. I'm gonna tell La Familia that you're protected, nobody can bother you, but you got to hit me off. So there's a good point that may have been hitting off Nicky Scarfo on this, on the QT, on the quiet tip. Who knows? Because you're right. Who's gonna? Because he was a mad hat killer. What? Are you serious? What? You're crazy? Beautiful. Wow. I listen. Scarfo might have been just taking some quiet cash. Who knows? Life lesson: don't do any time. Don't do any time ever. Yes, congratulations on that. That's a very nice. That's a very nice gift for you tomorrow on your birthday week. I'm sure you're excited. What I did to my mother, I can only imagine. I think there had to be some of. You're probably right, ALV. Nikki was probably robbing them envelopes, not telling the family, not spreading the wealth, and not making a big deal about it. Listen, I could picture my mother coming and watching me through a cage. So I can understand what you're doing right now. Tony, Silo, what's up, my man? Hope you're well. Good to see you tonight. Salute to you and Jen. Hello, guys. What, you're crazy? I could picture my mother through the thing on the phone talking to me. You make me come here every fucking week for the bullshit that you did. My mother on the screen. Mama Stigs. Yep, Watch You're Crazy. Congratulations from Tony Silo. It's a beautiful thing. Uh, I mean, you could say no or yes, Watch You're Crazy. Is there parole? Is there parole or no? This is did he max out or parole? What's the restrictions when it comes out? You don't have to answer. That's totally your decision. Max out or parole? No, that's true. Wow. Okay. Do you understand parole? I'd rather be inside than do parole. Parole is brutal. Maxed out. Wow. I don't want to say beautiful. What am I talking like a jerk off? But maxed out. They wouldn't let me max out you for a reason. They wouldn't let me max. You know why, right? For cash? No. I was doing time in Pennsylvania with the movie The Fox Catch Up. No. Uh-huh. That's right. That's right. They wanted me out as early as they can get me out for reasons. You don't have to kick up when you're not straightened out. I don't know. They were bringing in millions, and Nicky Scarfo didn't give a fuck if you were straightened out or not. Dirty Jersey, he was out of his mind. They want you to violate right away. They want control. Yeah, man. Halfway houses and parole, that's not all it's cracked up to be. When they say you're getting out, but you're getting out on parole, you ain't out. You're not out. You got to go to parole once or twice a week. They'll call you all the time. Where are you? Where are you? What are you doing on Washington Avenue? What are you doing over there? There's a social club. What are you doing over there? What? And you got to answer that phone. You understand? Parole is like a leash on your neck. So I'm happy Watch You're Crazy that he's coming out maxed out. Not happy he had to do all the time. So what do you get? A flat? Got a whatever flat? 3 flat, whatever? I don't know. I don't think so. 4 flat. All right. Straight up 4, huh? Well, you're going to have a beautiful weekend, Watch You're Crazy. I'm so happy for you. They follow you everywhere. If you're earning, they're patched through their contracts. Yeah. No, he was kicking up the Scarfo. Yep. He was eligible for parole, but saw them once and was given a serve all. Okay. I agree with you. I know it was a struggle that he probably could have been out a year ago, but he's coming out a true free man right now. But don't even jaywalk, young man. And if you're going back into the situation that put you in there, that's not a good thing. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy, Dirty Jersey. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy shit. It's unbelievable. But they didn't need these guys, so who knows? So anyway, that is the story of the Mastronado brothers, South Jersey, Philadelphia guys that allegedly, now we're questioning this. Now we are questioning this. Did they really tell Nicky to go fuck himself? I can't see it being possible. Just my thoughts. Yeah. I can't see him telling Nicky, go fuck yourself. I think Nicky told his friends, we're not getting anything out of these brothers. And Nicky took some shot all on the sign. But then again, you got to remember, Phil Leonetti may have known that, and he didn't say anything about them along the way. So who knows? But then again, maybe his mother Catherine had the money in the house, and Phil, who the fuck knows? Anyway, Pretty cool story about a couple of guys that didn't give a fuck and did whatever they wanted to do. And that's where you're at with that, guys. All right, that's where you're at with that. Uh-huh. And Brooklyn, are you still here? Where's Brooklyn? Brooklyn left? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, right. No flowers. No flowers. Joseph, no flowers for these guys. No flowers. No, we're good. All right. Are you on screen? I was on for an hour, Dwight. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Sundance, hope you're doing okay, Trish. Yes, Jersey. That's crazy stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. And that's where we're at, guys. Beautiful. I'll be done by 8 o'clock. Ah, Paisano, yes. What happened to Giacomo? He left? Giacomo, where'd you go? You left? Giacomo has, yeah. I'm done. Hour. What am I going to do? How long am I going to stay on for? Listen to me, folks. Delilah, are you here? No, Delilah's not here. Anybody with the morning show, listen to me. I got to tell you something that's going on. It's possible. Sidgy, it's possible. The show might start 6:30 tomorrow. Possibly. Carmenuch. I'm going to have to take about a 5-minute break around 6:40 to take some calls for work, and then we'll resume. We may start early tomorrow morning. You just must understand that I'm going to have to pause it for about 5 minutes. No, in the morning, Dwight. Not possibly. Well, Johnny, I'm in the middle of something I got going on, so I gotta handle this project I'm working on. So there's nothing I could do about it. I'm on a project with a couple of things and this and that. Yeah. Possibly, Dwight. Possibly. Who are we talking tomorrow? I don't have a topic tomorrow. Do I have a topic tomorrow? Sunday is Louis Bagels. Sunday we're doing Louis Day Don, Cross Bay. Sunday's Louis Day Don. Don't forget to be here Sunday morning. Louis Bagels Day Don is our Cosa Nostra conversation on Sunday. Tomorrow is Cathy Moriarty. Louis Bagels is Sunday. Tomorrow's Cathy Moriarty, which I'm looking forward to. So Louis Bagels. Because I think he owns Cross Bay Bagels fucking 100 years ago. Cross Bay Bagels? Cross Bay Louis? Wait, what? Can anybody confirm that Louis Day Don? Now, I'm going to tell you something. My ex-wife, her godfather was a Day Don, Richie Day Don. And Richie Day Don got killed. So there's like a little bit of a, whatever you want to call that there. Yeah. Cathy Moriarty is tomorrow. Okay, Sundance. Yeah, and then there's Day Don Electric over here, and yeah. Yeah. Yep. So Richie Day Don got killed in a horrible accident. That was my ex-wife's godfather, Richie Day Don. Uncle Richie. Unbelievable. I'm so fucking twined with stupid shit all over the place here. Just a stupid mangled web of stupid shit. It's crazy. I gotta put this chapstick on. Yeah. You're with Louis, huh? Louis Bagels. That's how it is. I mean, it's just the culture, I guess. I don't know. Just have all these people everywhere. I mean, I'm just a straight shooter, man. I'm just living a positive life. That's it. It's a small world, yeah. So we got some nice rain outside today. So Tommy, you like that music video I sent you? Which music video? You got me now. You got me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joseph, you're something else, man. Well, Joseph asked me today about my finger, and we could talk about it. It's no problem. Joseph said, I heard them talking about you. Yeah, Richie's dead, said G. Richie's dead. Richie got killed. Don't ask me how he got killed. I'm not telling you. But Uncle Richie got killed. Okay, listen. So Joseph asked me today. I just talking about you cut your finger off and you basically didn't even blink your eyes. I said, yeah. Right there, Joseph, look. You see? You see the nub? Joseph, the nub is right there. Yes, I cut my pinky off. And then I sent him the ambulance video, and he said, oh my God, you're fucking nuts. I said, yep, I cut it off, and I walked right into the ambulance, and I pushed the record or whatever. I pushed the button. I don't know, the record button. He said, you're fucking crazy. Who does that? You lost a fucking limb, and you're talking into a recorder? Yep. Well, not a limb. What do you call that? A digit. Yakuza. Oh my God. It's fucking hysterical. It's really crazy. He's like, what the fuck? What is that? What? How did you do something like that? Yeah, I don't even know where it is. I had it before. Tommy Stigs ambulance. Right here. There it is. Yeah, it's right here. I got it right here. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I never asked where it was, but there it is right here. Here, Joseph asked for it. Joseph got this today. Here's what I gave to Joseph today. Here you go. Here's Tommy Stigs looking pretty. Check it out.
Circular saw. What's up, guys? I'm in an ambulance. Looks like I lost a digit. I got cut using the circular saw, trying to make a table saw, because I didn't have a table saw. I was trying to rip a piece of wood. Anyway, I'm on my way to University Hospital in Newark. Looks like I'm going to lose my right pinky. I don't know how I'm even recording this right now. I must be in shock. But here goes. Montclair EMTs, police, incredible. Signing off.
And that was that. And there you go. That's the story. That's his story. He really never bet $1 in my life. Oh my God. When you said it's right here, I thought you meant the cut off finger. No. Gerard said I died a couple times. Yes. This was 2018-ish. 2018, I believe, Zelda. Yes. Gerard said I died a couple times. I don't know. Yeah, I know, Joseph, right? They did let me record it. When I went to the hospital, they made me stop, though. I had to stop when I got to the hospital. What are you going to do? Yeah, Gerard said I checked out a couple times. I don't fucking know. I'm still here. So who's going to hurt me? How can you hurt me emotionally, mentally, physically? How can anybody hurt me? You can't. Names, insinuations, criticisms. Don't be my friend anymore. How can you fucking hurt me? You can't. It's not possible. It's not possible. I'm tested. I'm seasoned. Does it feel like you still have a pinky there? No. It feels like a lot of pressure. That's why I got to keep this wrap on. I wish I would have caught it at the bottom knuckle, not the top knuckle. I wish I would have caught it right here. The pressure's tough sometimes. I got to wear these bandages to push the pressure back, probably for the rest of my life. So there's nothing I can do about it. I break balls with people when I'm out. I put it right here. They think my whole fucking... I go like this. They think my whole finger's in my ear. I put it by my nose. They think my whole finger is in my nose up to my brain. Fuck it. Have some fun with it. Who cares? Hello, Wyatt Earp. I see you. Fuck it. Have a little fun with it. We're here for a good time, not a long time. No foul, no foul, no foul, no shame. No shame, none of that. Right? None of that. So that's where we're at right now. Yes, yes, yes. All right, what do we got here? Let's see what we're going to do going out over here. I think we're going to wrap it up 8 o'clock. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let me see. Let me see what I got over here. Yep. Giacomo left, huh? Where'd Giacomo go? See, Giacomo likes that mob stuff, so he's probably watching those guys over there, Jimmy Easy, whatever his name is. Hello, Gina. Gina, were you proud of me? I replied to some comments today. Yeah, right? Right, Zelda? I know, they take that pinky, yeah. Gee, are you surprised? Exactly. That's true. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Yes. Yakuza. Are you surprised, G, that I did some replying back? Nicey nice. All right, you crackheads. I'm going to get out of here, I think. I'm going to wrap it up. It's my time. We did a nice hour, glass of wine. Beautiful. Yeah, I try a little bit, Gina. You know, I have a hard time replying. Yeah, I have a hard time replying. It's I just can't do it. Yeah, crackheads. I gotta call you crackheads. What do you want me to tell you? Tommy, keep chatting in the chat. We like seeing you there. Zelda, it's hard. You see, listen, Zelda, here's how it works. When you do this for an hour or 2 hours, it's hard because you're doing things while we're listening to us. We're sitting here being non-productive, so to speak. Anybody that does a show has to pay attention. Attention, right? The other way, you guys can go vacuum, cook dinner, and do things. We can't. So that's where it gets a little funky, a little funny. You can do whatever you want to do while we're on. Yes. Exactly, Gina. Right now, I'm being productive, non-productive. I got laundry going. I got to make my call. I got to do things. That's true. I'm doing everything else while I'm chatting. That's my point, Zelda. So, for me to go back to YouTube after I spent hours on here, it's kind of difficult, but I read every comment and I hit the love or I hit the like. But today, I try to do a little replying when I can. What do you want me to tell you? It can be a little bit hard. That's right, Zelda. You can be vacuuming, whatever, doing whatever you got to get done in your house, or yeah. See, people don't see that. We're taken away from doing things that we're supposed to be doing somewhat. Listen, all my responsibility. My son's in Sicily right now on the beach. Well, now he's sleeping. My son's in Sicily. My daughter's down at the Jersey Shore. My girl's home, right? Her kids are around. Everybody's in check. My job is done for the day. Yes, Gina, yes. I get it. I understand. Yes, 100%. Giving them a laugh, yes. Yes, he's on the beach today in Sicily. So that's where the boy is today. What time is it in Sicily right now? He's probably sleeping. Big Bones, you got to run to Caldor's. Love Caldor, Big Bones. You're sick. Bonesy, hi bye. Yep. All right, you crackheads. I'm going to wrap it up. It's 2:07 a.m. in Cecilia. Wow. He'll be home next week, I think. He's only doing like 2.5 weeks, Gianni. He did a week between Rome and Calabria. He went to Calabria for the wedding. His friend got married in Calabria. Then from Calabria, they went down to Sicilia. And then maybe they're coming back to Newark. I don't know what they're doing from Sicily. I don't know what's next. Not sure what they are going to be doing next, you know? Yeah. And that's that. All right, look, we got a little Ralph Mucci to go out with. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I got to get this air conditioning kicking. The most expensive electric bill since I've been living here this month because I used 3 air conditioners like a jerk off. All right, Ralph Mucci, take us out. I got to go. Tommy Stigs wishing you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I got to show you something. Wait a second here. Hold on a minute. Look at this shit, Gina. Gina, check this out. Hey, LV, where are you? I'm going to show this tomorrow morning, but I wanted to show this right now. This is fucking crazy. Where does this shit come? No. I'm not going to show anything. No, I'm not. No. Stain my clothes. I did my clothes already. Yeah, sightseeing. Well, let me show it. Let's show it. Here we go. Oh, it's not working. Oh, why isn't it working?
Everybody in this state knows Jersey was mob country. Your uncle has opinions. Everybody in this state knows Jersey was mob country. Your uncle has opinions. Somebody in your family knew a guy. And The Sopranos is the most famous thing anyone's ever made about the mafia, and it's set right here. And while The Man from North Caldwell with a bad back and a therapist was a work of fiction, it was based entirely on the real mafia operations that were present throughout the state. There was an entire crime family running out of a plumbing supply counter in Kenilworth, a heroin headquarters operating out of a pizzeria chain in Cherry Hill, and a garbage racket that quietly taxed every restaurant in North Jersey for 50 years. Today, we're going to 10 real places in Jersey that the mafia used to run, and you've probably driven past 4 of them in the past week. Kenilworth, Union County, about 2 square miles and a golf course. For most of the 1960s, it was the headquarters of an entire American crime family. Simone Rizzo de Cavalcante ran the de Cavalcante family, the one that would eventually get an HBO show made about them without permission or payment out of a plumbing and heating supply business right here. That's where his nickname came from, Sam the Plumber. The man sold pipe fittings as a front for his dirty money, because who is investigating a plumbing supply store in Kenilworth? He hated that nickname, by the way. He preferred the Count because he claimed to be the son of an Italian nobleman. That's what every guy at the end of the bar in Union County likes to claim, except this one could actually have you killed. From 1961 to 1965, the FBI bugged that office and pulled roughly 2,300 pages of transcript out of it. Released in 1969, it was the first time anybody outside the life heard these guys talk, and it proved the commission was real, a nationwide board of directors the FBI had spent 30 years insisting didn't exist, and they couldn't use a single word of it in trial because the bug went in without a court order. The government cracked the American mafia by listening to a man discuss heating oil, then had to publish it like a magazine article. Next, Newark's first ward, the kingdom that got erased. Newark's first ward was Little Italy before anyone in Newark used the phrase. 30,000 people in under a square mile, 11,000 of them kids, St. Lucy's Church at the center of it since 1891. Famous singer Frankie Valli came out of there. But the man who ran it was Ruggiero Richie the Boot Boiardo, a Genovese capo who started as a bootlegger and became the closest thing Newark had to a shadow government. He owned a place called Vittorio Castle where you could end up eating 20 feet from Joe DiMaggio, and if you wanted something built in that city, you talked to the boot first or you didn't build. Boiardo's reign over the First Ward didn't end with an indictment or a hit. In 1953, the city decided the First Ward was a slum and bulldozed it, erasing 80 years of neighborhood and displacing thousands of residents for a path for Interstate 280. Everybody spent decades worrying about what the mob would do to that neighborhood, and the thing that killed it was a housing authority with a new planning map. Boiardo outlived the whole neighborhood he ran and finally died in 1984 at 93. Now, on to the Meadowlands, home of the garbage empire. If you want to understand how the mob actually made money here, forget the guns and look at the trash. For decades, private garbage hauling in North Jersey ran on what investigators called the property rights system, and it's the most lucrative New Jersey mob racket ever devised. A garbage hauler didn't compete for your business, he owned your stop, and the route was treated like real estate. Try to switch companies to save money, and the new hauler politely explains that your building belongs to somebody else and he'd love to help, but he really can't. AKA, the mob would make people disappear if their garbage routes were messed with. So prices went wherever they felt like going because there was no such thing as a second quote. A private tax on every restaurant and shop in the region collected weekly by truck. It all went into the Meadowlands, where haulers took loads legal landfills wouldn't touch, which is a polite way of saying mystery chemicals went into a marsh, and the water turned colors water shouldn't turn. The famous piece is the old PJP landfill in Jersey City under the Pulaski Skyway, known as Brother Moscato's dump after the Genovese soldier who ran it. The EPA shut it down as toxic, and most of it is a park now. In 2021, the FBI dug it up looking for Jimmy Hoffa, but found nothing. Speaking of Hoffa, there's also the famous story that he was buried under the end zone at the old Giants Stadium, but federal investigators and Hoffa's own family dismissed it, and half the state has been repeating it as fact ever since. In January 2013, prosecutors charged 32 people over control of commercial waste hauling in New York and multiple Jersey counties. Cliffside Park today is high-rises, a wonderful view, and great bakeries. In 1950, it was home to one of the most important addresses in American organized crime, and it had red checkered tablecloths. A place called Duke's Restaurant on Palisade Avenue was Capo Joe Adonis's operating headquarters, and cops and reporters took to calling it the Mafia's White House, a national command post disguised as a place that served veal directly across from Palisade's amusement park. So families were riding rides 400 feet from where the East Coast underworld divided up territory. Willie Moretti, underboss of the Luciano family, was also a prominent figure in Cliffside Park and headquartered at a spot called the Marine Room. He regularly frequented the meetings at Duke's Restaurant. The Kefauver Committee, a Senate investigation into organized crime in the early 1950s, summoned both Moretti and Adonis to testify. They specifically asked Moretti about Duke's, to which he responded, he went there for the food and the atmosphere. Straight face. He was funny at those televised Kefauver Committee hearings. When asked how long he'd been in the mafia, he asked the senators whether they thought he carried a membership card, and the room laughed. But that was a problem. A few blocks away, also in Cliffside Park, was Joe's Elbow Room, and at 11:28 in the morning on October 4th, 1951, Moretti sat down to lunch there with 4 men, joking in Italian. And when the waitress stepped away for a menu, they put 2 rounds into the back of his head. He was killed for his testimony. Next, we're in Livingston, a town with good schools and big lawns, a place whose entire personality is, "We're doing fine, thank you." Remember Richie the Boot from Newark's First Ward? Tucked off behind iron gates was a compound he bought in 1939 and lived in until he died, built from stone imported from Italy. Life magazine ran a spread on it in the 60s and described the style as Transylvanian traditional, which is a hell of a thing to have printed about your house. The long driveway was lined with painted ceramic busts of his own family members on pillars, leading up to a life-sized statue of Richie himself in riding clothes on a white horse. A man commissioned a statue of himself on horseback and installed it at his house where he could see it from the window. He kept a vegetable garden out back and called it the Godfather Garden. And there have been rumors for 70 years about an incinerator on that property that was used to dispose of bodies. The grounds are a housing development now, but the family name is still on the gates. When David Chase wrote about a Jersey mob boss living in a fortress at the end of a long suburban driveway, he wasn't inventing much. Now let's talk about the port. Basically, everything shipped to the East Coast comes through the port of New York and New Jersey, and most of it physically touches ground on the Jersey side of the water. And for generations, moving anything through it required an understanding. On the waterfront, the Brando movie, the I Could Have Been a Contender one, was shot in Hoboken, and the corruption in it wasn't invented for the screen. The mob presence at the ports was real enough that in 1953, New York and New Jersey created a 2-state waterfront commission just to police the docks, which is what governments do when a problem is too big to keep pretending about. The Genovese family held the Jersey waterfront for decades, and the federal government brought its first RICO case against the Longshoremen's Union in 2005. Then there's Teamsters Local 560 in Union City, Tony Pro Provenzano's labor union, 13,000 members, and one of the wealthiest in the country. He sat in front of a Senate racketeering committee with Robert Kennedy as counsel and took the fifth 44 times. In 1961, the local secretary-treasurer who'd been pushing back on him went upstate and was never seen again. The actual business model at the ports was tolls. Own the choke point, charge everybody who has to pass through it, and let them price it into your groceries. Elizabeth was the De Cavalcante family's home ground, and the family traces back to Ribera, Sicily, closely enough that there's a Ribera social club in town. And it is exactly what it sounds like. They're the 6th family. Smaller than the New York outfits, patronized by them, mocked as the Jersey cousins, but they outlasted half the guys doing the mocking. In 1989, Sam the plumber and his underboss went on trial for using a laborer's local to squeeze the construction industry, which is the whole racket in one sentence. They didn't steal from the building, they charged you to be allowed to finish it. Then it came apart. Vincent Vinny Ocean Palermo, running the family day-to-day, flipped in 1999. An acting boss became a government witness, and by 2005, close to 50 members and associates were locked up. And while that was collapsing, HBO was airing a show about a Jersey crime family modeled on them. There's a famous 1999 wiretap of De Cavalcante guys in a car trying to work out whether The Sopranos was supposed to be them. It was. The most culturally significant thing this family ever produced was a show they weren't in and never got paid for. Route 17 in Lodi. Traffic, a diner, and a low white building with a sign half of America would recognize instantly because it's the Bada Bing from The Sopranos. Satin Dolls is a real go-go bar HBO used as Tony Soprano's office, and this is where fiction and reality get uncomfortably close. In 2017, the New Jersey Attorney General's office moved to strip the liquor licenses from Satin Dolls and a second club after a 6-year investigation, alleging that Anthony Cardinal, a Genovese associate criminally disqualified from having anything to do with running the place, was still running the place, and that the owners couldn't account for large amounts of cash. The club went dark in early 2018 and reopened months later under a new license holder. But here's what ties this whole video together. What Cardinal got convicted of had nothing to do with strip clubs. In January 2013, he was indicted as part of the Genovese conspiracy in the waste disposal industry across New Jersey and New York, the same garbage racket we discussed earlier, and pleaded guilty that December to racketeering and extortion conspiracy. So the most famous fake strip club on earth, the one people drive to for photographs, was tangled up in the most real and most boring Jersey mob business there is. Trash routes. Cherry Hill, the mall, Ponzio's, the dealerships on Route 70 was in the early 1980s considered by federal investigators to be a command center of heroin importation into the United States. Not a stop on the route. The main headquarters, three brothers, Giovanni, Giuseppe, and Rosario Gambino, came over from Palermo and settled here. They were distant relatives of Carlo Gambino, but Sicilian mafiosi first, with their own overseas connections, and law enforcement started calling the crew the Cherry Hill Gambinos. They ran pizzerias, a whole chain plus shops in Philadelphia and Camden and as far south as Dover, Delaware. And the pizzerias were the distribution network. They moved as much as a metric ton of drugs. Rosario drew a decades-long sentence, was deported to Italy, and in 2011, Italian police picked him up during a checkup at a clinic in Rome. North Jersey got the HBO show. South Jersey got a federal heroin case, and it was running next to a shopping mall. And finally, there's one that was never really a secret. Enoch Nucky Johnson was a sheriff's son who became undersheriff at 19 and by 1913 was running Atlantic City outright. His actual title was county treasurer, a job he held for 27 years while functionally operating the entire city. He owned the 9th floor of the Ritz-Carlton, drove a powder blue Rolls-Royce, and took a cut of every illegal dollar in town during Prohibition. In 1929, he hosted a conference on that boardwalk attended by Capone, Meyer, Lansky, and Lucky Luciano, considered a foundational moment in American organized crime. They finally got him on taxes. Treasury agents counted towels in local brothels to estimate how many customers came through, so they could estimate the income, so they could estimate his cut. He went to prison in 1941 and took a pauper's oath to dodge the fine. Then legal gambling arrived in 1978, and the whole thing started over with worse people. Philadelphia boss Angelo Bruno got shotgunned in his car in 1980, partly over how the Atlantic City money should be split. His successor was killed by a remote-controlled nail bomb under his porch, which left little Nicky Scarfo, who owned a cement company that poured foundation concrete for Atlantic City casinos, including Trump Plaza, while his nephew, later a government witness, described treating the bartenders' union as a personal ATM. Scarfo got 55 years. Trump Plaza was imploded in 2021. The concrete outlasted everybody who poured it. Drop a comment if you've got...
Wow. That was a pretty good fucking video, I gotta tell you. Damn. I watched that with you guys. I never watched it. They just released that video today. Gina, can you imagine that's life around here? Gina, you were just growing up around all of this stuff and had no idea. Gina was here with all of this stuff and had no idea all of this goes on in New Jersey. Gina, I can't. Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm glad they didn't block us. It's not my content, but I was going to watch it later anyway. So I figured, you know what? Let me share it and you guys can watch it with me. Wow. A lot of information there. That was really, whoever put that together, they did a great job. Really, really good job. I got to tell you, that was well done. Really interesting. It kept my attention for the whole time. Right, Zelda? Me too. I mean, wow. All right, guys, we're going out here with a little Ralph Mucci. We're going to take us out, Mr. Ralph. Rest in peace, sir. We're going to play a little song that you did, one of your favorites, one of our favorites. I got to go. It's time to go. I'm going to go relax now. And I will see you guys for coffee. I don't know what time, 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. Ralph Mochi, take us out. Tommy Stigs wishing you a blessed evening. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. As I always say, your presence is a present. It's go time. Ralphie, take us out.
Have you heard who's kissing her now? Do you think she blew? Did she say we're through? Has she found someone new? Have you seen the way she looks down? Does she act the same when she hears my name? Does she say who's to blame? My arms are empty, my nights are long and lonely. I miss her so. Each new tomorrow can only bring me sorrow. I love her so. Have you heard on their wedding day? Rumors come and go. Still, I'd like to know if it's true. Won't you tell me? Have you heard? Have you heard? On their wedding day, rumors come and go. Still, I'd like to know if it's true. Won't you tell me?